Now, in this program, which is focused on finance for non-finance, what are we going to cover? What are we going to cover in this program? Now, this program, which is of 2 days or of 4 sessions. So we have this program of 4 sessions. Now, in these 4 sessions, what are we going to cover? Let us understand this, friends. Because it's always good to know the boundaries, and when you know the boundaries, your level of confidence is always very high. So this whole program is divided into 4 sessions. So in the first session, that is today, we will be looking at importance of good understanding of financial acumen. So that is number one. And in this, we will understand as to what is the significance of finance for everyone, what is purpose of business, and how decisions are taken in business. So today Tata Group is talking in terms of Tata Digital, talking about investment of 15,000 crores. So when an investment of 15,000 crores is being thought of, what kind of parameters are taken into account, what factors are taken into account for taking a decision. Tatas are now trying to bid for the Air India. So when an attempt is being made to purchase a company like Air India, what kind of factors do you take into account? Because buying a company of as big size as Air India is a big thing. So how do you take decisions? That is what we will understand. What is the purpose of business? That is what we will understand. And friends, we will also understand how the big business empires are built on this earth. So we hear of so many empires. We have Tatas, we have Birlas, Ambanis, Mittals, so many of them. How these empires are built, what is the secret formula behind building of these empires? That is what we're going to understand in first session, and that is today. Then we will shift our focus on profit and loss statement. And in profit and loss statement, friends, we will understand different terms. What is COGS? What is gross profit? What is SG&A? What is EBITDA? What is EBIT? What is operating profit? What is earning after tax? What is earning per share? Now, I'm sure, friends, all of you, many a times in your day-to-day working, will be coming across all these terms. And you, some of you may be aware, some of you may wonder as to what is EBITDA? Why everybody is talking in the whole organization about EBITDA? What is COGS? What is SG&A? That is what we will learn and understand. Then we will understand how the profit and loss statement is used for the purpose of formulating strategy across the globe. कैसे P&L का इस्तेमाल करते हैं लोग for business की strategy बनाने में. What is the difference between the depreciation and amortization? That is what we are going to cover in this program today in this session. What is the difference between the expense and expenditure, income and expense, asset and liability? That is what we will understand. Then we will have a case study today and understand how the understanding of profitability is used for the purpose of evaluating operational performance of a business, financial performance of a business, overall performance of a business. So Tatas sitting in the corporate offices, how would they find out as to how different units of Tata Group are doing in terms of financial performance, in terms of operational performance, in terms of overall performance? So with this simple case study, we will understand that actually. And then of course, friends, we will look at what are the business drivers, and how these business drivers are used for the purpose of growth and long-term sustainability. That is going to be in session 1. In session 2, friends, our focus is going to be on balance sheet. So we'll understand a balance sheet, different types of the assets, different types of the liabilities. We will understand how to figure out whether it is a good balance sheet or it is a bad balance sheet. We will also understand as to what is capital employed and what is investment of a business, and how to figure it out by looking at the balance sheet of Tata Motors or of Tata Steel or of TCS or of Tata Elxsi. Any company's balance sheet that you pick up, you should be able to very easily find out as to how this company's balance sheet is. It is good or it is not good. How to figure out a balance sheet is a good balance sheet or not a good balance sheet.
Chip cylinder housing and cover plate chip cylinder.
I think somebody's speaker phone is unmuted. You can please mute yourself. All right. And then in session 2, we will look at the working capital management. Friends, let me tell you at this point in time, working capital management is extremely crucial for any company and every company on this earth, including our group. And why is that so? Because research across the globe shows 90% of the times when a company closed down, the reason behind is bad working capital management. So how to do efficient management of working capital, and that is what we will understand. And I can tell you, friends, as far as working capital management is concerned, please remember, working capital management of a business is not the responsibility of the board of directors of the company, or CEO of the company, or CFO of the company, or CMO of the company, or COO of the company. Working capital management, friends, is the responsibility of everyone working in the company. And that is what we will understand as to how the working capital management is crucial and how to achieve efficient working capital management. Then in the third session, we will be looking at the cash flow management. And please remember, across the globe, all the top executives, how do they keep a control on the operations of the companies that they are managing? Remember, they don't look at the P&L every day. They don't look at the balance sheet every day. But one statement they look at every day, not every day, day in and day out, is the cash flow statement. So we will understand as to what is cash flow statement. How the cash flow statement is used for the purpose of controlling the entire company. That is what we will understand. We will also understand as to what is lifeline of a business. What is oxygen of a business. बिजनेस में ऐसी कौन सी चीज है, अगर वो नहीं है तो बिजनेस बंद हो जाएगा. So we will understand that, and we will also look at cardinal principles of cash flow management, and that is what we will do in session 3. And after discussing the cash flow statement, then we would look at the financial analysis. And friends, for the financial analysis in Tata Motors, we have a Tata Motors financial analysis methodology for its vendors. So we will understand what is that methodology. How does that methodology works? How we in Tata Motors use that methodology for doing the financial analysis of our vendors to find out their stability, to find out as to how are they doing, to find out that whatever they're doing is in line with our interest of ours. And that is what we will do in financial analysis. Financial analysis, we would look at from different perspective. In business, for decision making, financial analysis is extremely critical, extremely important, extremely interesting, and extremely simple. And that is what I can tell you. That is what we will look at in session 3. In session 4, friends, we would look at the fund flow statement, fund flow management. आप समझ सकते हैं, किसी भी बिजनेस के लिए फंड्स आर द मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट थिंग. एक बिजनेस के पास में फंड्स हैं तो बिजनेस कुछ भी कर सकता है. अगर एक बिजनेस के पास में फंड्स नहीं है, that business is bound to be in trouble. So we will understand as to how to figure out from the fund flow statement of a company as to in which direction this company is going. And we will also understand what are the cardinal principles of fund flow management, so that we are able to use those principles in doing the analysis of the vendors for whom we are responsible. And having done the fund flow statement, friends, then we would be looking at the costs, concepts and the marginal costing. और मैं आपको बताऊं कि आपको ये जान के ताज्जुब होगा कि अगर एक बिजनेस के प्रॉफिट, अगर एक बिजनेस की सेल्स is increasing one time, it is possible for that business to increase its profit 9 times, 10 times, 7 times, 5 times. And I'm sure when I'm discussing this with you, you might wonder, how is that possible? If my sales is increasing only one time, how can my profit increase multiple times? And that is possible. And that is what we will discuss, friends, on the last day when we talk about the cost concepts and the marginal costing. And in that session, we will also discuss the aspects of GST. My request to all of you at this point in time about the GST will be, because GST is a huge area, and therefore I would request to all of you based on your experience, day-to-day experience, whatever challenges that you have faced in the context of GST, if you can please send them to me on mail, as to these are the queries that you have, these are the doubts that you have as regards the GST. I will ensure that in my session on the 4th day, I cover them up specifically so that you are able to get direct answer to your direct queries. So friends, this is the plan that we have for this program, which is focused on finance for non-finance, financial acumen and taxes, focused on finance for non-finance. And this is what is going to be our coverage over next 4 days.